doing? This is the Nikki Maduro Show. I'm Nikki Maduro. She's Kim McAllister, and we are here. But you know who's not showing up in the Bay Area, apparently? The National Guard, the federal troops. So let's do a cheers to that. Apparently, at least we're hoping, fingers crossed. Mm-hmm. Cheers. And cheers to the thumbs up that you're going to give to the show. Thank you all for being here. We are 100% crowdfunded. So as always, please click the thumbs up. Support the show any way you can, whether that's Patreon, whether that's PayPal, whether that's telling your friends, or whether that's the super chat, super stickers that are always live during the show. Yeah, Kim, this afternoon, I was surprised. I was ready and waiting to bitch and moan about Donald Trump sending the federal troops to San Francisco. Mm-hmm. And then I saw the headline that he decided to let San Francisco, quote unquote, give it a shot.
So he has a bunch of billionaire friends in San Francisco, all the tech bros, right?
Yes, yeah. Exactly.
And Mr. Lurie, Mayor Lurie, is
who I have to give some props to, by the way,
himself, rolling in wads of cash.
Of course.
So I think maybe it was a meeting of the billionaire minds. Like we can do this to some areas, but when it push comes to shove and money is at risk and you're gonna ruffle some billionaire feathers, then maybe we tamp down the takeover.
Well, I want to play a little bit now. This was the message that San Francisco Mayor Daniel Lurie put out yesterday, where he was basically saying, like, yo, dude, like, please don't come. Like, please don't come.
There's no
my computer sucks, by the way.
We have more work to do, especially when it comes to fentanyl. Governor Newsom and the California Highway Patrol have been great, and we would welcome the opportunity to strengthen our partnership with the FBI, DEA, ATF, and U.S. Attorney to get drugs and drug dealers off our streets. That's the work we need to keep doing. A federal deployment of National Guard can't do that. They cannot arrest drug dealers or shut down open-air drug markets. Uncoordinated federal action undermines our work. Having the military posted in front of our schools, restaurants, and office buildings will hinder our progress and let chaos get in the way of our recovery. It cuts off families from income, keeps children from the food and social services they desperately need, and stops people from reporting crime and taking their sick loved ones to the hospital. This doesn't make our city safer. It terrorizes our communities. For the first time in years, San Franciscans believe our city is moving in the right direction. And when San Francisco is strong, when we continue to lead the country and the world in technology and AI, our country is strong. Now, we don't exactly know what the federal government is planning in San Francisco and across the Bay Area. But we do know this federal administration has a playbook. In cities across the country, masked immigration officials are deployed to use aggressive enforcement tactics that instill fear, so people don't feel safe going about their daily lives. These tactics are designed to incite backlash, chaos, and violence, which are then used as an excuse to deploy military personnel. Mm-hmm. They are intentionally creating a dangerous situation in the name of public safety. And while we cannot control the federal government, here in San Francisco, we define who we are. We stick to our values. We support our community the way we always have by doing these three things. First, we are going to protect every San Franciscan in any way possible. That means keeping local law enforcement focused on local public safety. We have long-standing sanctuary policies in our city that prohibit local law enforcement from assisting federal immigration enforcement. Those policies help build trust between police and communities, and they help keep people comfortable reporting crimes.
All right, now I'm going to stop it there. And I'm going to get to Alameda in just a moment, but I do think that Daniel Lurie is doing the right thing in San Francisco. Now, I think that the last thing that he was just saying right there is the point. You bring federal troops to a city, you want to create the chaos that you want to see that
right.
justifies the moves that you're making. I'm going to go, ABC7 has a live shot now over exactly what he's talking about. Now, Alameda County protesters yesterday, they were, here's a live shot. Let's see if there's any sound of this. I don't think that there is, but these are protesters that are walking. Yesterday they were standing in front of the federal troops. They were yelling, they were screaming. I think, like, I don't know, flash bombs or whatever were being fired at some of these protesters in Alameda, because of course San Francisco is one thing, Oakland is completely different. But again, this is a tactic. This is totally a tactic. Now, in Alameda, I was also reading, they were trying to do the Portland thing, where there was also people like dressing up and costumes and singing and trying to do that thing. But how do you respond? How do you respond to something like this?
The protesters are marching. You can see there. The federal officers are in riot gear. It started outside the U.S. Coast Guard Alameda facility in Oakland this afternoon, and there's apparently this planned march underway right now through the Fruitvale area, where larger crowds were expected. There were some clashes that ended with people injured earlier as well. They had CHP officers on the scene yelling through bullhorns, trying to clear the intersections. They said that we have civilians coming out of the base. You have to clear the area. The protesters said, we're here to peacefully protest.
Right.
But then the federal officers and police in riot gear came to the scene with zip ties hanging off of their uniforms. And then there was a face-off, and now you've got helicopters overhead. So it's what you said. It's like one thing touches off another. If you had let the people protest,
right,
then you wouldn't have had this big, clash and hoop-de-doo, right?
Well, that's probably not the message that they're giving these federal troops. They're probably being told, engage. Like, there is no way that you're sending these troops out there to just watch protesters march.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because what are they doing? They're not breaking into buildings. They're not starting fires. What are they literally doing right there? They're marching. They're protesting.
Blocking the street probably is the only thing that I can see that is wrong. Right? You block the street. It's an illegal assembly. You don't have a permit to block the street. Then the cops have to come out and clear you out of the roadway.
But I mean, is there traffic that's being blocked right there? I mean, I don't even know. Where are they exactly right there?
I don't know where that is. Is that the Fruitvale area at that point? Like near the Fruitvale BART station?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, exactly. Like, I mean, I understand if you're on the freeway, and this is the thing. When people are like stopping the traffic on the bridge and things like that, I do see the other side there. It's like, wait a minute, when you had ambulances, people sick, dying, trying to get through, that whole argument of it's supposed to be uncomfortable, while on one hand, true, on the other hand, people that have nothing to do with it, that are sick, dying, and need to get through, there's arguments to be made there. But this is a peaceful protest, trying to make a point. They're also, by the way, not threatening federal buildings, which is the only role of federal troops. Otherwise, it is supposed to be the duty of local law enforcement. Period. End of story. They have no role there, which is really annoying. Harry, thank you so much for the $5 donation. Is this the new normal? Did we just live through the most boring decade in history? I don't know, man. And thank you again. It's just, I don't know what to do here. I really don't know, Kim, what to do and how to respond to Trump, because I feel like if protesters don't respond in the way he wants, he's going to escalate it even more. But that's why I go back to San Francisco, and I'm glad that he, for whatever reason, whether it's money, connections, hey, at least he stayed out of San Francisco, but Oakland again is a whole nother thing.
Here's the view, as ABC7 reports it, from the ground. We saw up above with the live shot there. Here's an earlier report where they use flashbangs to disperse the crowds.
This is at Denison and Embarcadero East in Oakland. I'll just step out so you can see just how the crowds have grown since the last time we came to you live. And it was just a few, I'd say about 10, 15 minutes ago that we did see Border Patrol cars come through here. And at a couple minutes there, a couple seconds there, it got pretty tense as these protesters have been walking back and forth through this crosswalk. I'll take you to that video from about 10, 15 minutes ago. Yeah, so those are some flashbangs you heard. We heard at least about 2, and then I heard some people behind the camera say that they got hit by tear gas too. Now, it is U.S. Coast Guard security forces that are out here right now, and some of them dressed in helmets and whatnot. Again, when we were out here earlier, we started live at 5 this morning. There was one protester. Then at about 6, we started seeing more people come through here, and it has just grown to what you are seeing now. As I've been walking back and forth across the crosswalk, they say they're just walking here, but it is definitely having a big impact on traffic. The people who are coming here to do their regular jobs, that work here regularly,
So that's pretty much it. You've got the flashbangs being used, the tear gas being used, these skirmishes with the federal agents, a couple injuries reported. That's what we have now. So it's interesting how the big news is that, oh, they're not coming to San Francisco, but San Francisco is really the Bay Area.
Yeah,
and so
exactly.
they are here, and they are, this is happening here.
Yeah. I just feel like what the response should be, what exactly? That's my question. Like, what do we do? Do we respond in kind? Do we respond in violence? Do we respond in comedy? Do we respond in peace, song? Like, what are we supposed to do here? Because if we respond in violence or aggravation or anger, right? That's what he wants. That's what he wants, right? So on one hand, I want to take the Portland, like costumes, sitting, like, although I will say what I saw before those flashbangs, they're walking around, they're singing. What were they really, truly doing? Right? Except they wanted them to disperse. They don't have to disperse. You don't have to. I am reminded, of some of the walks with Martin Luther King Jr. Remember, he was like, stay on the sidewalk. Remember, he was like, you on some of them, obviously not all of them, but he's like, don't give them a reason. Right. Don't give them a reason. And some people are like, no, it's okay if we do that. There's that disagreement, right? Like, we're allowed to make people uncomfortable. We're allowed to protest here, that, and the other. But if you don't give them a reason, right? If you do everything by the book, what can they get you for? Right? So it's so difficult, because then you're going to have people that want to be disruptors. You're going to have people that are purposely sent there to disrupt. It's so hard. It's just so frustrating, Kim. It really, really is. And then you see these guys, and on one hand, do I believe that we need immigration control or immigration customs? Yes, I think there is a role for everybody. I do. Do I think that they are being exploited? Do I think that they have overstepped? Absolutely. Do I think that if you need to cover your face to do your job, there's something wrong there? If you're afraid that you're being doxxed, and yet police officers have been doing this job 24/7, 365, and people have been criticizing them all of the time, take the mask down. Yeah. Take the mask down, right? I mean, people aren't going to like what you do all the time. That doesn't mean that you cover your face and don't identify yourself. That's just not an excuse.
This might be a stupid question. And I understand that people want to protest near federal buildings to make the point that this is a, federal action that they're unhappy with. But why not, if you know that you're outside the Coast Guard station and that, this is a federal response, like, why not protest in a different area? Make them follow you.
Right.
I mean, are they going to follow you to an area that's not outside the Coast Guard station? Are they going to, or does that mean your protest isn't as effective? I don't know. I don't know what it is, but like pick a different yet public and visible area to protest. Don't block streets. Bring your no ice in the bay signs, as you can see behind here, and you can still protest.
Well, I think, yeah, I think, well, and I don't know if this is true in every area. I thought that they were protesting, the federal courts, because that's where they were bringing some of these immigrants, or grabbing them and taking them, as they wanted to protest, so that there were witnesses, but they were still doing it anyway. They didn't give a shit. You know what I mean?
No.
So and Heather just said, this is the least of my problems, right? Because now the government shutdown continues, and Newsom is now sending in the National Guard for the reason that they're supposed to be used, which is the humanitarian effort, which is because WIC and SNAP benefits, and people are using, food banks more, because they're not going to be able to be funded because of this government shutdown.
Right.
Thanksgiving is in a month. In a month. Like, think about that right now. And these lawmakers are just twiddling their thumbs. Kevin McCarthy, California's Kevin McCarthy, who I cannot, if there was a definition of a political weasel, a picture of one, it would be him. I cannot stand that guy. Okay. Yeah. He was House Speaker for I don't know, a heartbeat, and then lost it. Right. He made the argument that this was the Seinfeld shutdown because it's a shutdown about nothing.
Right.
And then had the audacity to say that it was that defined it, that it's about healthcare.
As if people's healthcare is nothing.
As if it's about nothing. Republicans want to always, he's like, it's different than what we did back then, because we wanted to, it's always about healthcare. Republicans always either want to get rid, strip down, or whatever, the ACA, and Democrats are constantly trying to protect it and expand it. That is it. It's what you truly want your government to do. Do you want your government to provide or protect healthcare for you because you pay enough, right? You pay enough, or not? Because the Republicans don't want to give you anything. They want to bail out Argentina. There's plenty of money for that, to literally help another country, but they can't help you. I cannot explain it to you better than that. That is your president, and that is your Republican Party, is that our government is literally shut down right now. And yet there is enough money for that. So I'm so frustrated, and I don't know why voters don't see it. Did David fill out his ballot, by the way?
No, it's still on the table.
Oh my freaking Lord.
I know. I told him, at one point I got a yes on 50 mailer. The first one I've received several no on 50s and one yes on 50. So I arranged it on top of his computer. I had his ballot there. I had the yes on 50 thing. I had other mail arranged like a little collage around his computer. And he's like, I will vote. Just give me a minute. Okay.
Fine. Whatever, David. I'm going to fill out your ballot for you in a half second.
I told him, you're going to get a call from Nikki, and it's not going to be pretty.
No, it will be. I have faith in you, David. I do. I really do. I cannot imagine a world in which he doesn't vote yes for it. But again, I got into another, again, I keep getting into these debates. I got into a Facebook debate with a guy, a friend of mine, and I don't know the guy that I was debating, but he kept talking about integrity and two wrongs don't make a right. And of course, I didn't ask him. I'm thinking, let me guess, you're a Republican, right? Because there's no effing way that you're making the integrity argument to me and you're not a Republican, right? We're not making that argument. But I told him, I'm like, bullies and cheats are praying that you have integrity. They're praying you want to play by the rules, because if you don't, if you punch a bully in the nose, that's their worst fear.
Right.
A bully's worst fear is that you actually stand up and give them a taste of their own medicine. They're banking on you not playing the game that they're playing. That's it.
This is Barack Obama, former President Barack Obama, sticking his tongue out at us. But I will tell you ahead of time that this is a yes on 50, because he's taped saying this, and then at the end they flash a yes on 50. But I just love that. I love his chuckle, and he makes so much sense to me.
The problem that we are seeing right now is that our current president and his administration is explicitly saying that we want to change the rules of the game midstream in order to insulate ourselves from the people's judgment.
That's exactly what I said.
They want to change around the maps, not the way it's always been done every 10 years after a census. They want to do it before any election in which they're worried they might lose.
Thank you.
They want to tinker around with it to see if they can give themselves an advantage. And it's brazen. They're not pretending that there's some other rationale to it.
This is the most transparent presidency ever.
Doing it because they think they can.
Exactly.
And in those circumstances, I could not be more appreciative of the work that Governor Newsom and the people of California are doing and saying, stop. This is not how American democracy is supposed to operate.
Exactly.
And that's what Prop 50 is about. And it has critical implications, not just for California, but for the entire country.
Exactly.
So
and that's exactly the argument I was making. I was like, you can talk about integrity and following the rules of the game, but that's not the game that they're playing. And that's not the game that matters. Like, I would love to sit there. You could, and I'm sitting there and I was making this baseball analogy that we've talked about before. And it's like, am I just going to sit there and continue to lose the game, i.e. my country, and be like, comfort myself by saying, well, at least I have the integrity of playing the game that's not being played anymore? No way.
It's
like,
too important.
No. It's
especially when you see, it's too important. When you see what's happening right now, and the only hope for us with a Supreme Court that consistently rolls over on their back for belly scritches. When you see that happening, and you know the only hope to survive the next 3-ish years is a House that will stand up and say, nope, that's our job to approve tariffs. Nope, that's our job to fund to fund this or to do whatever. The only hope is a House that gives some resistance, that gets in the way. So to roll over on that is like saying, sure, why don't you just go ahead and violate us repeatedly for the next 4 years or 3-ish years or whatever it is. And I'm not willing to do that. And no one has presented me with an alternative that's more palatable than what California is doing. And even if California does this, other states are already lining up, red states, to acquiesce to Trump and to redistrict and to, suck out more Republicans out of their population and their redrawn maps. And so the chances are good that their cheating will be so egregious that we won't be able to do anything anyway. But you at least have to try. You at least have to try to fight back, don't you?
Well, exactly. Well, the thing is if California succeeds in this, that hopefully it'll show the other states like, well, wait, you know what I mean? Like, let's stop this. You have to just get back to normal. It's like punch them in the face and be like, stop it. Let's go back to playing by the rules. The truth of the matter is we need to do it every 10 years. Midterms matter. And you should be judged by voters at the midterms. Yeah. That's the thing. They just don't want to be judged because they know what they're doing is unpopular. Everyone's pissed. The economy sucks. They know it. They haven't fixed healthcare. The ACA vote, this government shutdown, either they acquiesce to the Dems and extend the subsidies, which Republicans never want to do because God forbid they use money to actually help the Americans instead of anybody else in this fucking world. But they don't want to give the Democrats a win. That's the thing. Republicans just, I don't know why. And this is the thing, like, if there is anything that's bipartisan, it should be healthcare. Everybody needs it. Just suck it up, Republicans.
Yeah.
Make the ACA better. Is it perfect? God, no. Should it be better? Should it be cheaper? Yes. But they just want to eliminate it. And for what? They have no better plan. So just make it better. Make it cheaper. Work together. Make it bipartisan. But they're so egotistical.
They won't
They won't do it because then it's giving Obama and the Dems something that they could what?
Well, don't you know? Don't you know that Democrats are terrorists and criminals? Who would want to work with Democrats? Luis,
It's just awful.
thank you for another $5. Luis writes, it's not that hard. WTF kind of research is needed to vote yes on 50. Come on now. Bottom line, if you vote against it or you don't vote at all, then you are supporting fascism.
Or you're giving up your right to vote.
Can't disagree with you, Luis.
You're giving up your right to vote because people that vote no on 50 say they're against what's happening in Texas. So if you're against what's happening in Texas, then vote yes on 50. See, that's the point. The reason we have 50 is to fight what happened. And so every time someone's like, well, I don't think that they should be doing it. And I'm like, well, we're only doing it because of what's happening in Texas. If you're against that, then vote yes on 50. That's the only reason we have the proposition.
Yeah.
It's literally the only reason.
Yeah. And it becomes obvious that's the only reason when you read on 50 that it's temporary, that it doesn't last past 2030. So.
And we have so much more, and the way that they're drawn up and the control that the voters have, it is so different. And again, and look at the states that actually have independent commissions. I wonder what color they are. I wonder what political party they are part of. I wonder why that may be. It's hard to I remember when I used to say this, and again, this is such a biased thing to say, okay? And I'm gonna say it, but I remember when I was younger when I said this. I think I was maybe even younger than 18, but I was just starting to get it, maybe I was like over 18 because I think I'd started to vote. But I remember I looked at my dad, Republican, and I was like, doesn't it just seem like Republicans are the bad guys? Like if there was a white hat and a black hat, and I said it innocently, but it did to me. And I said it innocently, but I was like, the things that you guys are against versus the things that Democrats were for, it did seem like that to me because of the way they wanted to fund things and what they wanted to fund versus what they didn't want to fund. And in this instance, especially with what like Kevin McCarthy said, it's like, just fund healthcare. That's it. This whole idea of you're funding, even the argument, Kim, this is the thing. Even the argument that they make about, oh my God, we're giving healthcare to illegal immigrants.
That's a lie.
Well, it doesn't even matter. They're basically saying you want human beings to just die. If you're really, let's talk it out because they're here, right? They're in the country. So let's just talk it all the way out. So people that are already in the country, they're injured in a Republican's mind. They're injured and they go to the emergency room in a Republican's reality, because this is the reality that they're saying. They come, they can't prove that they're a United States citizen. So we as a country should be like, F you, there's the door. That's what they want. And they're the pro-life party.
And they actually say that. Yes.
And that's insane and you think you're the white hat? You think you're the white hat.
I don't know if you've seen the video of Caroline Leavitt, who was asked, is that what she wants? She was speaking to the press. She would not say if the Trump administration supported the Emergency Medical Treatment and Active Labor Act. That is something that requires emergency rooms to treat anyone regardless of citizenship. So she's asked, and I don't know if you found the audio, but the video, she's asked, should ERs check immigration status before treating a dying patient? Dying, okay?
Dying, exactly.
She says, That's probably not a question for me to answer. What?
As she sits there with a fucking cross on her neck.
Do
know
you?
what I
She,
mean?
yes.
As she sits there with a fucking cross on her neck. That's not a question for you. That should be the easiest question for you to answer. You friggin' bitch.
Absolutely.
Like,
yes, we should
the
help someone who's
hypocrisy-
dying.
The hypocrisy.
What do we
That-
stand for?
Oh,
Like, if we can't at least be decent human beings, if someone is dying in front of us and we're like, sorry,
I
you're
don't
undocumented,
know.
my
I
bad,
don't
you're
know.
out,
are you
sayonara,
kidding?
sucker, or sorry, you're struggling and bleeding out from the eyeball, but you don't have insurance or the ability to pay, sayonara, sucker. That's
And
who
you
we are.
wonder. And
I would
you
argue that's not
wonder.
who we are. There's a Hippocratic oath for a reason. We do no harm. We help where we can. Our
You
whole,
don't
and
care.
that's what you want of your medical professionals, isn't it? You
Exactly.
want them to have a heart. You want them to have, to be on the side of humanity and human decency. That's what we strive for. And here's the spokesperson from the White House, and she isn't the only one who said it. Stephen Miller, who's I think Satan anyway, said the same thing. As they don't know. They don't know.
Oh,
Ask a medical professional the question.
I'm asking you.
If you don't know that, then you have real mental issues inside that you need to go deal with. You need to go see a psychologist because
it's an
you're
easy
crazy.
question to answer.
Yeah.
It's an easy question.
Mhm.
If somebody is at your doorstep dying, you don't check their immigration status, you help. That's it. If someone is in the restaurant choking, if someone is down on the ground bleeding, what is your answer? And the fact that Carolyn Levitt, Miss, I'm going to wear a cross on the freaking, press pulpit, I don't know. You're a hypocrite.
Hey guys,
You are a hypocrite. That's it. That's all you need to know about them. It is performative Christianity. Performative Christianity. It's just like Donald Trump not knowing what his favorite Bible verse was because it doesn't have one.
As you say,
it's all these people
with the giant cross around the neck.
Yeah,
The hypocrisy is absolutely horrifying. Okay, I'm past the ad now, and I have the.
Here we
I
go.
have
Let's
it.
see.
Here she is.
She and that face that she has, it's just like, give me it.
I'm sorry.
Here she's asked if someone's dying, what should they do?
That's probably not a question for me to answer. I think that's a question for healthcare professionals and legal experts.
Get her. Her hand is in the way.
It's hard to hear.
Yeah, no,
Sorry.
but it's not.
At least she doesn't have her cross on today.
Do you think that illegal aliens should receive Medicaid benefits? Medicaid benefits that go to the most vulnerable people in our country.
Yes.
Medicaid benefits that were designed to help low-income families and Americans.
Yes, because they put more into this economy than Medicaid ever gives them.
What the Biden administration did is they allowed tens of millions of illegal aliens from all over the world to come into our country, yes, and they paroled them into the system. And you cover immigration, you know well, it was a complete abuse of our immigration system. And they slapped a Band-Aid on these illegals. They called it temporary protective status. And then they allowed those illegals from all over the world to get free benefits. And you know who would like free benefits? Hardworking Americans who work there.
Then give it to them, Republicans. Then give it to them.
Yeah.
That's the point. I love when they make this argument, Kim. It's like, you know who would love free health care?
Americans.
Americans.
Yeah. But we're gonna shut down the government to not give them that. Anyway, it's more the same. It's more of the same crap
It's
from
like
her.
it's
But
almost as if they walk right into
Yeah.
the friggin' point that Democrats
Yes.
are making
Yeah.
over this government shutdown. You know who would love? You know who would love healthcare? Hardworking Americans. No shit. Like, then open the government and give Americans healthcare. But Republicans never want to do that. They don't want you to have healthcare. Like,
you know who
oh
would
my
love? You know who would love to be helped when they're bleeding from the eyeballs? Any human being.
Jesus.
That's who. Who would love to be helped when they're about to give birth, laying on the sidewalk outside the hospital?
Anybody.
Any human being.
Anybody.
Mhm. Yeah.
Anybody, yeah. And we're a country that can do it. You want to know why? Because we just said, how much money to Argentina? There is money for everything in this country. And stop telling me that there's not. Stop telling me that the United States is broke. We are not. Our priorities just go to what we give a shit about. That's it. Period. End of story. They don't care that Americans are sick, that they go bankrupt over medical debt.
Yeah.
Your government right now, led by Donald Trump, could give two rats' ass that you are going broke over medical debt. That is true. Republicans could give a shit. They don't care. They don't want to give you health care. They don't want to give you ACA, and they sure as shit don't want to give you universal health care.
Yeah.
The fact that you stood up there and said that, give it to them. Give it to Americans. Fine,
Yeah.
I'll take it.
So you can't make the argument that we should be giving Americans these things, not the undocumented, and then rip away the food assistance for the poorest Americans, moms trying to feed their kids, right? Single moms or what have you, whoever uses the SNAP or WIC. And you can't say that then we're going to limit how many people are on Medicaid across the country. In California,
exactly.
we call it Medi-Cal. You can't say that and then turn around and shut down the government because you don't want to help these people. You saw Trump with this big, beautiful bill. That's what they did. They pulled away these benefits for hardworking Americans, for Americans that are struggling and that are poor. And then that's the argument you turn around and use as to whether or not we should treat undocumented people who are having the worst day of their life outside of the emergency room and should be turned away simply because they aren't American citizens who have legal documents to be here, and just, ignoring the fact that they're human beings who need our help.
Exactly.
It's so disgusting. And maybe I'm Pollyanna. I'm a naive pie in the sky Pollyanna girl from Petaluma, but I really, really hope, I just am so hopeful, even though I shouldn't be, that Americans see that and that we show that we're kinder than that and that we're better than that and who we really are shines through. And then this whole Trump thing, it was an anomaly that, there are more good people in the world. There are more good Americans out there that want to stand up for our Constitution and for what's right than people who are like, yeah, screw them. It's all about us. Vote Trump.
I don't know, man. I no longer have. I mean, I go back and forth. I will say that. I do think, though, that the healthcare issue always is the issue that Democrats should run on. I'm just reading here. The Kaiser Family Foundation found premium payments could more than double next year if the ACA premium tax credits expire. That goes across party lines. That's why MTG is like running on it right now. But it's true. It doesn't give a crap if you're a Republican, Democrat, independent, whatever. Like, these subsidies need to stay. And everyone's like, it was supposed to be temporary during COVID. It was needed during COVID and before COVID. You guys are morons. COVID gave us a reason. It gave us a reason. It was needed before COVID. Like, we need healthcare. You know what COVID taught us? All COVID taught us is that your healthcare shouldn't be tied to your job. That's what COVID taught us. Yeah. But we also knew that it was unaffordable. Like, we always knew that, right? So this has always been where Democrats win the argument because Republicans suck at this. And I don't know why. Going back to what I started with, this should be a bipartisan win for both. And I really do think that, honestly, and I hate, again, I'll be biased, I do think the Democratic Party would share the win with Republicans. Yeah. I really do. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, she gave a speech. I'm not going to Google the video right now, but I don't know if you saw it online, but she was talking about the fact that she doesn't care about like Republicans, like Donald Trump. He only wants supporters to do well, right? Like, he wants to hurt his non-supporters. She was saying, she's like, I want MAGA to have universal health care. I want the people that don't support me to do well. That's the difference.
Because we're all Americans.
Because you want everyone to do well.
Yeah,
Like you can
right.
disagree with me politically, but I
Right.
want you to have certain things. I want you to be able to go to a hospital, be bleeding, and to
Mhm.
get care and not
Yeah.
care about your
Mhm.
status or
Right.
whatever it is. That's the difference between Democrats and Republicans. And I do think the Democrats would share that win with Republicans. I do.
Similarly, I want kids in Arkansas to read as well as kids in California.
Thank you.
I
Exactly.
I want, as you say, I want everyone to succeed. I love Kevin has great comments tonight. Why is taking care of each other so repulsive to Republicans? And I love Teacher Lurie. I wish Teacher Lurie had been in that gaggle of reporters shouting at Caroline Levitt. She writes, "What would Jesus do?" Would you imagine if Caroline had said
Oh,
that? It's
dude.
really, I
I
really
wish a
don't know.
reporter would have said that.
If someone had said, "Hey, Caroline, where's your cross?" And also, how would Jesus answer that question?
Exactly.
She would
Right?
come up with something. She would come up with some ugly
Well, there's
smirk on the
separation
face.
of church and state, unless she
Right.
wants to bring up church and state inside
Exactly.
schools and everything like that. You know what I mean? Like,
What
it's
happened to us?
nuts.
I'm so
Um,
disappointed.
it's
Yeah.
politics. It's everything, and it's sad. It's also media. I
Yeah.
mean, look, the other thing I wanted to talk about. Look at what they're doing at the Pentagon. So we talked last week about all of those journalists at the Pentagon that turned in their media badges. Did you see the headline? Lindell TV.
I know.
I didn't even know there was a thing. Mike Lindell, pillow
Who
guy.
knew?
Who knew? Lindell TV, Gateway Pundit, all these, they've agreed, like not like anyone's going to watch this crap, but they've agreed to
Oh,
the rules of the Pentagon. But
they're not.
like,
That's not real media.
it
That's
doesn't
not.
really matter. But this is
Mhm.
what this government wants, and it's crazy to think that this is becoming the norm if we don't do something. Everyone's like, "Oh, why are you clutching your pearls about, for instance, the destruction basically of the East Wing?" It's not so much the East Wing, it's just what it represents of, if you don't call it out, if you don't stop it, if you don't stop the fact that you shouldn't be forcing the media and the Pentagon to follow these stupid rules, if you don't stop the fact that you shouldn't be destroying history within the East Wing when you said you wouldn't, then it just becomes the norm. This is insane. Lindell TV, bankrupt grifter Mike Lindell. Are you insane?
Looks like he's got Rudy Giuliani there and a bunch of ladies who look like they've gotten the Trump beauty makeover.
On the far left, remember that was one of those.
Look at the cross. Look at the cross at the very beginning of it.
Oh,
It's
God,
got a
of
Christian
course.
cross under it. That's news. Yeah, not news.
No, it's not news. It's crazy. And it's so hypocritical because all these people would be like, "Oh, the media is biased." Could this not be more biased? And yet they have no self-awareness. There's no self-awareness of any of it. And
I mean,
if we didn't have the shit that Trump does, and I mean, we as in like Biden, Obama, whatever, the uproar. Oh, the uproar. It would just be insane.
I'm not watching it, but can you imagine the stories they'll have? Every Pentagon story will be like, the Pentagon says the military is so ready for war.
Rah, rah,
The military says everybody's getting in shape and a collective 5,000 pounds have been lost in the last month alone.
Yeah,
Please.
it's not news. No one's going to be
No.
reading it for news. It's going to
No.
be like it's just going to be a mouthpiece for the government. And
Yeah.
what I think is, honestly, you're going to get I truly believe you're still going to get real Pentagon news and news, things from ABC and CNN, because they weren't getting it on the Pentagon grounds and things like that. It's just what it says, though. You know what I mean? It's the access. It's the beginning of, again, this authoritarianism ideal. And Trump saying, "I'm not a king." You're acting like it. You're trying to impose this rule of law where you don't want to be questioned. That's the problem, you weak man. That's the problem. And Hexer sucks so freaking bad. It's just, and I saw it earlier, the thing, the people that Donald Trump is pardoning. He pardoned the January 6th rioter that threatened to kill Hakeem Jeffries,
Mhm.
right? Then he just pardoned, what was today or yesterday, that crypto.
George Santos. Oh, the
Oh,
crypto
yeah,
guy.
George Santos as
Mhm.
well. And George Santos, I mean, my God, I don't think anybody's going to look at George Santos any different way. But still, why are you pardoning obvious criminals? Like, not reformers. And I know obviously you're pardoning criminals because that's the whole point of a pardon, right? But like, it's telling who you're pardoning, right? There's a story in who you're pardoning. George Santos, scum of the scum politician, no redeeming value. Like,
Yeah.
it's not as if he's sorry. It's not. He did an interview, George Santos, and I think even on Fox News or whatever, and they were like, who was it that was pressuring him to admit that he would pay back the money? Oh, I forget who it was. Was it Sean Hannity? I don't know. One of them was like saying, you should pay back the money. You should pay back the money. He's like, well, I don't know. This guy's a total grifter, and he will always be a grifter.
Yeah.
But he's also, Donald Trump just came out and pardoned the Zhengmeng Zhao, that the guy from Binance, the
Mhm.
cryptocurrency guy, that admitted that his cryptocurrency exchange did not have the safeguards in place to stop the money laundering, to stop, sanctioned countries and, bad actors, that traffic children. I'm seeing a theme here, from doing business on their exchange. Like, he admitted it. Why are you pardoning these people? Why? Because he needs it? He's a billionaire. He doesn't need to be pardoned. Why does his reputation need to be saved? He's a billionaire. He's fine. He's absolutely fine.
Yeah.
Unless Trump's getting paid off.
And that's the thing. It's
like,
like, how much did that pardon cost?
Exactly. That's what I mean. It's ridiculous.
Zhao pleaded guilty in 2023 to enabling money laundering while CEO of Binance, and his plea deal was part of a $4.3 billion settlement reached with the DOJ in 2023. Elizabeth Warren calling the pardon of this man, Mr. Zhao, an example of corruption. That's what this is.
Obviously.
This is prime example right here. This is crazy.
He even apologized for it. He's like, I made a mistake. He admitted it.
And they think the Trump administration is calling the case the Biden administration's punishment of the crypto industry. Again, with Caroline Levitt, our favorite girl. She said, in their desire to punish the cryptocurrency industry, the Biden administration pursued Mr. Zhao despite no allegations of fraud or identifiable victims. She said a lot of people say he wasn't guilty of anything. That's what Trump said. He was recommended by a lot of people. And so I gave him a pardon at the request of a lot of very good people.
Sure. I mean, it's just ridiculous. And of course, Trump's in the crypto game. His family is making money hand over fist in the crypto game. So of course, you don't think he wants, this dude on his side? Yeah. It is so obviously corrupt. And going back to it, it's just normalized. This is him just destroying the norms. And people are like, oh, it's Trump derangement syndrome. No, it's the fact that you guys are letting this guy get away with murder and you don't care at all. It's just, it's crazy.
Elizabeth Warren said, first, Changpeng Zhao pleaded guilty to a criminal money laundering charge. Then he boosted one of Donald Trump's crypto ventures and lobbied for a pardon. And today he got that pardon from Trump. And if Congress doesn't stop this kind of corruption in pending market structure legislation, it owns this lawlessness.
It's crazy. And again, like using crypto, obviously criminals are going to use it because of how it's set up.
Yeah.
That's why Trump loves it. And again, he's making so much money. His family, it's like, my family is making so much money. And he's trying to sue the DOJ, which is us. Like when he says he's going to sue the DOJ, he's suing the American people.
Yes, for $230 million. And you know who approves of whether or not he can stick his hand in the cookie jar? He does.
Exactly.
He's like, I have to come across my desk.
I should sue the American people for all of it. dumbasses. It's us.
Once he does that, and he gets a taste for being able to take exactly how much money he wants from the American taxpayer, what's to stop him from saying, I'm going to sue the American people for thing X and thing Y and thing
And
Z.
even says he's like, it's a little awkward that it's going to cross my desk.
Yeah.
Oh, and people would just be like, well, it does seem fair. Cult. Like, it is insane. Like, absolutely. It whatever. I'm blown away. I'm losing the fact that I'm surprised by this crap, but it is what it is. And that is why Prop 50 is so important, people.
At least do something.
Do something. Yeah. Do something. So I don't know. I know we do this every week, Kim. I know we breathe in, we breathe out, but it just seems like it's just getting worse and worse. It really does. And I don't know, so what we have this week, I'm looking at the calendar right now. Hold on. So we have this week and then next week and then election day, right? So we only have one more show before election day, next week's show.
Okay.
So that's it. We have one more show to urge you guys to vote yes on 50.
And I don't know if you saw, but because of, I guess, issues at the U.S. Post Office, I think it's the Secretary of State, Shirley Weber, is asking people to get their ballots in by November 1st. I know that the election is November 4th,
right?
But she said, if you're using the post office, get your ballots in by November 1st, just to ensure that everything's in on time. So they want you to do it early.
All right. Well, do you hear, Kim? Get it in. Mine's still sitting on the desk, but I
got the email that says it's turned in. I'm done.
I like to walk mine in.
I did.
I like to walk mine in on election day. That is always my tradition on election day, to walk mine in and put it in the box. So that's what I always do.
I like it.
So that's what I will do. But yeah. See, DJ always does it too. It better pass. I will be so disappointed in my state. I don't know what I'll do. If in 2 weeks,
what can you do? I mean, the people will decide, right?
I will revolt.
You'll freak out.
I'll be like you. I'll start looking to move. I don't know.
Looking at different. What country shall I pick? Back to Mr. Zhao. I want to say that I'm reading this article where in May, Binance accepted World Liberty's USD1 stablecoin. That's Trump's company, right, that he's involved in, as payment for a $2 billion investment in exchange by Abu Dhabi investment firm MGX. Binance's decision to accept USD1, the World Liberty coin, which was launched only in March, gave a big boost to the World Liberty venture and still accounts for most of the USD1 in circulation. So they are profiting directly from this man, who then Trump turns around and issues a pardon from. This is one of Trump's family crypto ventures, this World Liberty whatnot. So
it's so dirty.
It's an absolute
It's so
pain.
Dirty. It's so dirty.
Yeah. I just want to say
but
that.
He's the most transparent. And he is literally showing you how corrupt he is. And Trumpers don't care. And they call us crazy. We're like, yo, this is crazy. He's grifting. He's a criminal. You have Trump derangement syndrome. You're a moron.
It's right out in the light of day. And the crazy thing is, no one is doing anything.
Well, we're trying.
So what are you going to do? Bring it to the courts? Fat chance of getting any judicial remedy. What are you going to do? The Congress isn't going to censure anybody. Congress isn't going to start any type of impeachment process. Other presidents, if they even did one of these things, would be like, oh, impeach.
Yeah. Oh, again, he should have never been reelected. I just can't. I'm so disappointed in people. Oh, thank you very much for the birthday. It's early birthday. My birthday. Thank you so much, Cindy. I hope you have a relaxing breakfast in bed on Sunday. Yes, my birthday is on Sunday.
Happy early birthday.
Thank you. I'm turning. Any guesses?
What are you turning?
Anyone
What
want
is
to
it?
guess how old I am?
No.
Let's do over-unders. Anybody remember? I mean, you guys have been following me long enough. How old do you think I am?
I'm going to say 48.
No.
47?
Yeah, 47.
Okay.
47. Although I had to do the math the other day. It's always funny because I always think about how old I'm about to turn and then I forget how old I am. So yeah, I'm turning 47. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do haunted house on Saturday. Thank you,
Ooh.
Champagne Kitty. Yeah, it's so funny. It's not that the world can't be scary enough, right? But I love to be scared on my birthday. So I'm going to do that. I was going to go, guys, I used to do amusement parks on my birthday all the time, but we just did the huge amusement park road trip. So I've kind of scratched that itch, although I've never been to Discovery Kingdom. And so, Deidre, the big 6-0. Nice. Nice. Yes, I'm a Scorpio. Did you hear, though, just to go back to my birthday roller coasters, did you hear who's trying to save Six Flags and Cedar Point, which was the best roller coaster place I visited? Did you hear? Did you hear?
I read it and now I forgot. Is it Gavin Newsom? No, it's somebody else.
Nope. It's Mr. Taylor Swift. Travis
Kelce. That's right. Yeah.
So apparently, Cedar Point, if you guys remember when I went on my road trip, Cedar Point's in Ohio. Best if you're going to go to a roller coaster place and you love big, like fast, scary roller coasters, you have to go to Cedar Point in Ohio. It was my favorite. I went to all of them. It's amazing. And apparently Six Flags has been doing bad. And I knew that because they were giving away season passes. I told you guys it was empty, but I was thinking it was the heat or whatever. They haven't been doing well. And remember, Great America in Santa Clara closing in a couple of years. So I'm hoping, Kim, that Travis Kelce has put in, I don't know, a couple $1 million in investments.
Yeah, he's part of a group of people that are
doing it because he grew up going to Cedar Point. He shared all these videos of him going to Cedar Point as a kid. It's right on the water. And so, he's trying to save it. And I'm all about it. So if he can save Great America and make sure that it doesn't, I think it's supposed to turn into apartments, which I know that we need housing, but I can imagine not having Great America. I grew up going to Great America.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm really, 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 really excited about that. So if you have a road trip, but anyways, so I was thinking about going to Discovery Kingdom, which is a Six Flags place for my birthday. That's up here. Yeah, that's it. That's in Vallejo. So I might do that, but on Saturday we're going to go to a haunted house at a mall. It's outside a mall here in San Jose that we went to a few years ago. That was pretty cool. I know. And then go to a couple bars. I'm old. I'm not going to do much. I mean, at some point, it's what do you do for your birthday? Unless it's a big 6-0 or 5. What do I need? What do I need?
I'd meet you in Vallejo. I'll meet you for dinner, but I won't go to the Six Flags.
Oh yeah,
I have a boycott. I have a vote with your wallet moment with them.
I know, because of the Marine World, Africa, USA. Yeah,
the dolphins and the whales.
I've never been there. I've never been there.
It's all right.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I'm going to do that. I definitely am going to do the haunted houses. I like to be scared. So I was looking for one. They're doing in downtown Campbell. If anyone's in my neck of the woods, they do the thriller dance crawl. Does anybody have that in their town where people have learned over the past week the whole entire Michael Jackson thriller dance? And then they go bar to bar and they just go into the bar, kind of like a flash mob thing, and they dance it out. So that's kind of fun. So I might check that out. So that'll be fun. But yeah, that's my birthday. I like Santa Cruz Boardwalk. Yeah, but they don't have very scary roller coasters. I mean, come on. Yeah. I mean, the Giant Dipper is cool, and it is cool. Don't get me wrong. I do love the boardwalk. But as far as scary roller coasters, Cedar Point has my heart. Absolutely has my heart. Somebody was also mentioning Chip Franklin. I talked to Chip Franklin earlier. Yes, Cheryl. I talked to Chip Franklin just today, and he does have some. Yeah, he had actually called me a couple days ago, but I called him back today during my break at school. So yeah, he's doing really, really well, and he does have some great clips, but he always does. So if you haven't, Chip Franklin, chipfranklin.com, he's on YouTube. Check him out. He does these political posts all the time.
Really good.
Sometimes he drops in on this show. But yeah, check him out. He's always busy. He's about to turn, speaking of birthdays, because he was just talking about it. He's about to turn the big 7-0. So
wow.
I know.
Okay.
Kill me for saying that out loud. But yeah, he's
Mm-hmm.
he's on Really American. Yeah, he's great. He does some really funny videos, but like political, and it's great. My brother-in-law's DJing a wedding on Halloween night. That must be really cool.
It's be kind of a cool wedding.
Are you dressing up for Halloween?
I wonder if the bride will wear black.
Oh, yes, I'm sure. You don't get married on Halloween without doing something special on Halloween.
I always wear some type of a headband
dog.
on Halloween. So like I'll wear a sunflower headband and then I'll wear like a brown shirt and I'll be a flower. But it's not an intricate costume. It all centers around a headband. Yeah.
I'm going to try. I have to still go to the spirit store. I'm going to try finally to do something gory, because you guys know how I always want to do something gory and I never do it. Anyone see the movie Smile? You probably didn't see it. I'm going to do, it's the Smile where and I'm going to try to do like that. My mouth has been cut open.
Oh God.
To a smile. So I'm going to try to do kind of the makeup for that, where like, it looks like my mouth has been cut up into a big smile. I'll do that. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm going to try to do. Because then I can just wear whatever clothes I want to wear. I do have a birthday Halloween story. Can I do that?
Yes.
Okay. So there is, actually I have a couple ones. It's kind of, okay. So there is a survey that has revealed which zodiac sign, I guess it's not really Halloween, but which zodiac sign takes their birthday the most seriously. So I'm going to do both. There's one that's scary, dark. And okay, so what zodiac sign do you think takes their birthday the most serious? And then I'll get to a scary story after that. What sign are you again?
I'm a Gemini.
You're a Gemini. I don't know if you made my list. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on.
Which
you
one
did not make my list? Birthday most seriously. Yes.
I'm going to guess
number one.
Taurus.
Ooh, Taurus is on the top 5, but it's number 5. It's number 5 of the most seriously. And then I have the don't take their birthday serious at all, which, you know, what's also funny. Taurus is number 5 of that list too.
Okay.
Really weird. My brother's a Taurus, and I could see him going both ways actually. So that's really, really funny. So the number 1 zodiac sign that takes their birthday the most serious, Heather's correct. Sagittarius. Any Sagittariuses out there?
Okay.
Yeah, apparently Sagittarius is take their birthday the most serious, followed by Leo, Libra, and then us Scorpios, which I don't take my birthday that seriously. I like to celebrate it. And I would be bummed if people like forgot it. Like if my family forgot it, I'd be bummed, but I don't take it that seriously, like where I need to like have a huge celebration. Now, who's number 1 for taking it not seriously at all? Number 1.
Pisces.
Let me take a look. Pisces, which is my daughter. Nope, Pisces did not make the list at all.
Oh, all right.
Anybody? Virgo? No. Virgo. Did Virgo make the list? No. Oh, no, you did. Virgo is number 1.
Oh, okay.
Virgo is number 1, does not take their birthday seriously at all. So there you go. If you want to know, party animals. My son's a Gemini. My daughter is a Pisces. James and I are both Scorpios. So, you know,
I never know what to say Jacob is, because I look it up in different places and it's always, he's right on the cusp. And so some people have him as one thing and some people have him as the other.
Is he literally right on the cusp?
I think so. Yeah.
Interesting.
It depends. He was born February 18th. So it depends on what the publication says he is.
Pisces, or what's the other side?
Else.
Whatever the other one is.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. There is another survey. Hold on. Let me read the headline. Survey reveals a link between watching horror movies, which you guys know I love to do, and the fear of the dark. 3 in 10 American adults are still afraid of the dark. Are you afraid of the dark? You are?
So
Do you sleep with a light on?
I love to sleep with the light on. If it was not meaning that I had to pay PG&E exorbitant rates, I would. But no, all the lights are off. But I do feel like when the lights are off, I can't see that there's a hand coming out under my bed when I get in. So I do need to use my cell phone light
All
or
right.
my lamp. Like I will have the lights on until I get in because I need to see. If I'm in the garage, which is where my washer and dryer are located,
Uh-huh.
it's pitch black out there. So if the power goes off when I'm out there, I freak out. Yeah.
I would always be scared. So I grew up in a 2-story house and I was fine in the dark until like I had to go upstairs
Mhm.
because the living room was like right there and it didn't matter. Like the minute I started walking upstairs, just because it was dark right there, I had to run. You know what I mean? Like it was always like, like just
wow.
because of that. But you would just kind of freak yourself out a little bit,
Mhm.
you know, like
Yeah.
it's just what's in your head. Well, a survey of 2,000 Americans revealed 29% of people admitted they still have a fear of the dark, and men have a slightly bigger fear of the dark than women do.
Wow.
And I have a theory about this. This is my theory. And this is totally like kind of sexist, but I think it's true. It must suck to be a man because you're made to go check out that sound. Like,
No, my husband would be like, yeah, we'll check it later.
like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's like you're supposed to go check.
You're supposed to be the protector. And so
I
things that
don't
happen
know.
in the night would be more concerning. My sister's family, they love to go on night walks.
Right.
9:30 at night, you can find their whole family strolling through the neighborhood,
Oh, that's
strolling through
nice
the
though.
Greenbelt Park. They love a night walk. They say
But
there's
they're
no one out.
together. They're
They don't have to
together.
stop every 5 minutes and talk to people. They just actually go on their walk and enjoy it.
I'm not scared of the dark if I'm with people. If I was by
Mm.
myself in pitch dark, that's completely different. Like
Yeah.
I'm not scared walking up the stairs with my parents. I
Yeah.
was scared walking up the stairs by myself. Like, you're not scared with people. I would walk, oh hell yeah, twilight or like nighttime walk with people, done. It's not scary when you're, you know, with people.
Mhm.
Mama says not afraid of the dark, but I have kids and a husband, so there's night lights all over my house. I sleep. We have blackout curtains in our bedroom. I sleep with a eye mask on. I need complete darkness.
No, I prefer a light on. If
Darkness.
I had my way, I would sleep with every light blazing in the house.
Really?
If it didn't mean that I have to give PG&E any money, yeah.
Yeah,
Because I could
no.
sleep with lights on or lights off, and I would rather open my eyes and be able to see what's up rather than have to have my eyes adjust to the dark. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you can't. Yvonne says, I feel like I'm part cat and can walk around and in the dark and don't feel scared at all. Usually in places I know really well, but even in a strange place, I feel like I know where I'm going. That's interesting that you say that, Yvonne. When I'm in my house and it's really dark and my eyes haven't adjusted, I'll tell you the truth. Sometimes I close my eyes because I feel like I do better.
Oh, wow.
In pitch dark than I do if I'm trying to see something. Like I feel like I mess up. But if I have my eyes closed, I know things, my senses are better if I know my eyes are closed and trying to use my sight, which is interesting, I guess.
Deidre needs complete darkness, but now has night blindness. So I have a little glow in the dark figurine next to my bedroom door.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, no nightlife for me.
Yay for Gordon, who just filled out his voting ballot and signed it, and it is ready to go.
Yeah, yeah, Yvonne, you should try closing your eyes. I do that. Like if I'm just really trying to, like for instance, if I'm in my bedroom and like the lights on one side of the bedroom and I'm trying to get to the other, either because the damn dog's in the way and I know Nugget's in between that light and my bed. So unless I'm going to try to like maneuver around him, I'll just close my eyes and it helps my senses a little bit to do that. Yeah. Heather says, I like keeping the blinds open so the daylight comes in gradually. Steve prefers total blackout curtains. I hate it because I'll sleep till 2 with no light in the room.
Yeah.
Again, I have blackout curtains and a sleep mask. And I love it. I need darkness. And I like waking up and even knowing that it's still, I don't know. Don't wake me up. I wake up on my own. I still wake up at like 8:30 in the morning. My body is just, I don't know. I just know it's daytime. Nick, you may have to do with glasses. Same with me. I'm nearsighted. Yeah, I'm going blind. I need new glasses in all honesty. Absolutely need new glasses. But yeah, I like to be scared. So maybe that also has something to do with it. I don't mind the dark, but if I'm by myself, I absolutely do. Okay, I have one more story that I want to get to that has nothing to do with my birthday and nothing to do with being scared, but does have good news for being a woman.
Oh,
Did
finally.
you hear? Right? This is actually pretty exciting and has a Bay Area connection. And I was
Okay.
pretty stoked about hearing about this a couple of days ago. And I had to throw it in. And I don't know, and I'm not a huge baseball fan, but the Women's Professional Baseball League has chosen San Francisco as one of the cities that will represent the 4 teams that will complete the inaugural season of the Women's Professional Baseball League.
Excellent.
I just have the whole, what was it, the League of Their Own, like movie with, I just think this is really friggin' cool. So the Upstart League is co-founded by the first woman to coach for the MLB team with the Oakland A's back in 2015, which I just love the Bay Area connection. So they're going to launch in 2016 as a 6-team circuit with a regular season, playoffs, and an all-star game. So here's my question. Do you think this is going to take off as much as the WNBA?
I don't know the answer to that.
I mean, would you purposely buy, let's say, season tickets to the women's?
Well, it's hard to say for me because I wouldn't probably buy season tickets to a men's game. Like I just,
I'm not a season ticket holder.
I'm ambivalent. I mean, I'm a Giants fan because I grew up in the Bay Area. So if you asked me what team do you root for, I'd say Giants, Warriors, 49ers, Sharks, just because of where I live. But I don't care, you know.
You're like, nah. But I do feel like it's very groundbreaking, right? Like, do you want to just support it? So
I would like to support it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So again,
verbally, without going to games.
So the WPBL will now launch with 4 teams with 15 players per club. The top 100 players from the WPBL's summer tryouts advance to the league's draft next month, and it'll feature some of the sport's biggest stars. You know what's also exciting about this is just not only college, but high school, you know, softball girls, like looking and seeing just where they can go, I think is just amazing. It's just absolutely amazing. And so I don't know. I love the story just because it's on one hand, we haven't been able to break the presidential glass ceiling, but it does seem in all these other different ways, women are. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, I just feel like, and maybe this is naive and maybe it doesn't really matter, but maybe in seeing women in more of these entertainment type roles, that maybe that will help us get more of these leadership roles in other areas, if that helps, right? If people just get used to seeing women in these more traditionally male dominated areas, i.e. sports, then maybe men will feel more natural to just not think it's a big deal to have us in more of these influential areas, such as the White House, which is, I think, very, very important.
I bet because of a league of their own, that this will probably be pretty popular. And it seems like women's basketball is growing in popularity as well.
Yeah.
So people realize that, you know, that gender differences aside, these are real athletes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm definitely going to want to catch a game. And the fact that San Francisco has one and LA. So California is definitely being represented. And next year is going to be nuts, especially here in the Bay Area. So we just got announced that the Pro Bowl is going to be played in San Francisco. Do you know what the Pro Bowl is?
Is that where? No.
I love you.
Is that football or baseball?
It is football. Do you know what it is?
Yeah, the bowl. So is it where they pick different players from different teams, and they say you're on the West Coast team and you're on the East Coast team?
Close. It's the AFC and the NFC, but yes, that's pretty much close. Yeah, but it used to be they actually played a real football game, but now people were getting like injured. It was such BS. And it was before the Super Bowl. It was stupid. And it's an honor to be chosen as a Pro Bowl
Okay.
player.
Yeah.
It's an honor, like you're the top of the top. So now it's a flag football game, which I think is really fun. It's bringing a lot of attention to flag football, which is good because of like CTE and everything like that. But it's going to be played at the Moscone Center in San Francisco during that whole like Super Bowl
Wow.
like week. It's going to be it is going to be between the World Cup, the Super Bowl, and everything else that's going along with it. It's going to be a crazy year in the Bay Area next year.
If we keep the crime down, because Trump said if the crime is up, then he reserves the right to cancel whatever event it may be in that city.
He doesn't have control over it. He's not, he's not part of, all of the deciding factors for all of that. So, he can't stop Bad Bunny from performing. He can't do anything like that. So, yeah. Oh, well, thank you so much for the $20 donation. Got the notification my vote was counted.
Yay.
Yes, on Nikki, and happy birthday, Nikki. Thanks
Nick.
so much for the $20 donation, and thank you for the early happy birthday. Yes, my birthday's on Sunday, and I appreciate you guys so much for supporting the show. Thank you so much. Yes, get your ballots in. It is, hey, you guys want to give me an early birthday present? Get your ballot in and vote yes on 50. How about that? It costs you nothing.
Happy birthday to Nikki.
Happy birthday to Nikki.
Cammy has a good point. Never go to the potty in the darkness, at least in Florida. Snakes, rats, frogs. I've done so many stories about people sit down on the toilet and then there's a snake in there. And I read a story, a horrifying tale of people that have sat down on the potty and then they feel something and was a spider under the seat. So now I'm like, the light is on. I'm looking under the seat before I always got to look first.
Nope. I keep the toilet. I keep the toilet seat completely down. So like nothing's creeping, crawling up. And I don't know, maybe I'm aging myself, but Porky's has always traumatized me. The movie Porky's put the snake up the toilet. So I will always be afraid of a snake going up the toilet. I could never imagine, ever imagine that happening. Texas, check your shoes. Also Australia, like they have the gigantic spiders. Like, oh my goodness. No, thank you.
So my niece is changing her major at UCLA.
Oh, really?
From biochemistry or whatever it was going to be, some sciencey thing, to marine biology. She wants to be a vet.
Oh, cool.
And it doesn't matter what you major in before vet school.
Okay.
And she might change it back, but if you major in marine biology, you get to go to Australia and do a trip to Australia to like study marine science.
Nice.
And I'm like, that sounds really fun, except Australia has giant snakes and poisonous
spiders
bugs.
that are like this big.
I go, yeah. And I go, you better tell her, you make sure you check your shoes and your bed before you get in or put on any item of clothing. Shake everything out.
Exactly.
Seriously. Yeah.
I mean, I always want to travel. And then I'm like, there's some weird ass animals, insects, all kinds of stuff. I saw one where there was like a video of, have you ever seen it where there's like spider webs all across the thing? And I'm like, I don't know, sometimes I just like home, home sounds good.
My friend, Jenny's dad owned a condo at the Mahale Harbor area of Maui. So it's kind of an area that's in between Lahaina and Kihei.
Okay.
And across from it are taro fields. All right. And taro fields are where and sugarcane fields or whatever, they're where the cane spiders live, and the cane spiders are massive. So we're walking up to the condo and on the outside of the building, and it was like, I want to say several months past October, there was a massive spider on the wall. The size of it, the body of it was the size of a dinner plate.
No.
Like this thing was, it was hilariously huge. Like it had to be fake, right? So I pointed at it and I said, it looks like somebody left their Halloween decoration up. Haha. And David goes,
nope.
David's like, that's not a decoration, Kim. I go, it totally is. That can't be real. And then it moved.
Oh, nope. That's a big old nope spider.
That's a cane spider. Yes.
No.
And I talked to my friend Jenny, and she said sometimes they get inside the condo in the closet or whatever. They like dark spaces. And she goes, it's awful. She goes, my husband tried to kill one, and she goes, when you smack it with the broom, you can hear it's like the cartilage breaks or the bones break or something. I'm like, no, I'm out.
No,
No longer will stay there. Now I'll only stay by the beach where the cane spiders don't live. Nope.
Yeah, no, thank you. I don't need that image anymore. And thank you
No.
for the nightmare. Thank you so much for that.
Mm.
No. So yeah, I will I like to travel, but no thank you. Oh, she says all the cane fields are being
Aw.
replaced with citrus trees. The sugar cane is gone. Oh.
Yeah.
I've never seen a spider in
Mhm.
Kihei. Deidre says, wow.
Yeah.
I need to go back to Hawaii though. That just no matter what, I want to go back to Hawaii. How about
Yeah.
that? Yeah,
How
exactly.
about that? Indeed.
I need to go back. I need to go on a vacation. Holidays are coming, people. But hopefully we will have, money and an economy and things like that. So we shall see what's going to happen by next week. How do we think that the government's going to be open next week, Kim McAllister? Do we
No.
think?
They say they don't want to negotiate.
Well, I mean,
Today
at some point,
they
the
voted down
November November is gonna come, and Thanksgiving's coming rather quickly. So you don't think that they're gonna want to move a little bit more quickly on this? No.
I don't see any movement. Perhaps I'm wrong. I've read certain lawmakers are saying it's coming to a close, but yet again today there was another vote. This
And that
one
didn't go
was
anywhere.
to fund certain agencies, and that wasn't successful. So I don't know. I don't know.
know.
It's been at least 23 days almost.
Something like that. All
Yeah.
right. Well,
It's
we'll
the-
see next week. I mean, I hope so. I hope that, and honestly, it's a game of chicken, right? I mean, that's what it basically is. And I do think that Republicans need to blink. It's their government, it's their shutdown, and they're going to own it. It's also their fucking economy. This is their economy. People are hurting right now. So you need to open the economy. So we shall see what happens. Join us next Thursday at 5:00 with a stronger cocktail, because it's the last show before the election where you need to vote yes on 50. Okay. It is my birthday. Thank you guys so much for the birthday love. And let's give some thank yous to people who donated to the show, because we are 100% crowdfunded. And thank you guys so much always for donating to the show, because we depend on you so very much. Technic for the $20 donation. Thank you so much.
Nick.
Cindy came in with a $10 and a happy birthday as well. We love you guys so
Thank
very
you,
much.
Cindy.
And Harry with a $5 donation. I don't think we'll ever have normal, Harry. Just to go back to your question, they'll never be a normal ever. I think, again, in politics. Again, if you want to support the show, our Patreon is open, our PayPal is open, and even if you're watching this as a recording, you can always donate a super chat, super sticker. And we go back to the comments and always read them and react to them. So please leave a comment. Sometimes you can't read the live comments, and we don't know why. YouTube is just a pain in the butt that way. So hopefully for some of you, you can read the live comments, but please know that it's not up to us. It's up to YouTube. So we apologize for that. But if you can't do any of that, always share the show with your friends and click thumbs up to support the show, because YouTube loves it and we love it as well. So thank you guys so very much for being here. We will be back next week, again, 5:00 Pacific. And we love you. So take care of each other. Vote yes on 50. Turn in those ballots. What'd you say, Kim? You have to turn it in by November 1st?
November 1st.
Nail it in.
Get it in. Might as well just do it now. Find your ballot. Get it done. Get it done.
Exactly. And if you're not, then walk it in on election day, just to be safe. All right. We'll see you here next week. Bye. Love ya.
Nikki, you're all so awesome. You're sprout, like a beautiful blossom. You're also the best. I really can't rest. You're all so awesome.
Wow. Okay.